What's up, freak bitches, wherever you may be, however you may be watching? Thank you for giving me a couple minutes of your time. I want to go over this story that I found yesterday from the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. The Florida man arrested at Disney for allegedly groping employee dressed as Disney princess. The guy you're looking at is the guy right there on the screen. He is the asshole that did it. Let's go over this article a little bit. A Florida man was arrested for allegedly groping a female Disney worker dressed as a princess, officials say Wednesday. The incident happened at Disney World in Orlando a little after noon on Saturday when the alleged victim was seated between suspect Brian Sherman, age 51, of Orlando, and his wife for a photo. I'm assuming it's something like what you're seeing up on the screen. I tried to get some of the slide pictures to show what the area inside Ariel's grotto looks like where they get the pictures taken, so to give you kind of an idea as to what that is. The defendant did actually and intentionally touch the victim against her will by placing his right arm around her shoulders and reaching down to grope her breast, according to the affidavit. The grope was witnessed by co-workers who provided statements that were consistent with the victim's statement, the arrest report said. Man, what an asshole this guy is. As the Disney worker sat with the couple for a picture, Sherman allegedly expressed his enthusiasm for this particular character. It was Ariel, in case you guys haven't figured that out. I don't know why this NBC News article is not naming the character, but that's what it was. It was Ariel. It's in Ariel's grotto, for Christ's sake. I love Ariel. This is my favorite, according to the police department report, which redacts the Disney character's name. It's Ariel's grotto. Put two and two together. The defendant repeated how much he loved the character as he placed his right arm around the victim's shoulders, the sheriff report said. The victim was immediately uncomfortable with the defendant's touch but was unable to move. The defendant continued to wrap his arm lower, then groped the woman. Gross. A co-worker recognized the victim's body language as uncomfortable and verbally guided the guest to remove his hand from around the victim, the report said. As soon as Sherman and his wife left the scene, the woman began shaking and crying, according to the sheriff's report. Orange County Sheriff's Office was on site and immediately stepped in, and this is now a law enforcement matter, the Walt Disney Company said in a statement. Everyone should feel safe at work, and we encourage cast members to come forward in any uncomfortable situation. I would imagine there's a lot of them regularly, because a lot of those princesses are not exactly dressed modestly, but that's just what it is. It is unclear if Sherman has a lawyer. It's not really clear that it fucking matters, but whatever. You know what I find really interesting about this, though? As we dig a little deeper into this, if you go to the Smoking Gun, they have a little bit more about this guy's backstory. Sherman was convicted in 1991 on 4 felonies related to the sexual abuse of victims under the age of 12. So he's been a creep for a long, long time now. Sherman was sentenced to a 2-year house arrest program for sex offenders and placed on probation for 15 years. While his probation supervision was terminated in late 2006, Sherman is still subject to registration as a sex offender. Yeah, not entirely surprised at that. Look, I don't know what to say about this other than this guy's a fucking kook. He's just gross. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, just watch what's going on when you're in some of these places. I mean, there's a whole lot of kids in areas like this. There's a whole lot of weirdos. Florida's got a history for being full of weirdos. That's where the whole Florida man mythology comes from. So do with it what you will. Anyway, go down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this creeper. Let me know what you think should happen to this guy. Should he go back to prison for the rest of his life? Should he be castrated? Should he be just drug out, have his arteries cut, and thrown in the swamp for the alligators to have at him? I'm good either way. See you guys later.